Hi friends, Stephanie here, and I'm back with more movie chatter. And what I have for you today is a collection overview, haul, recommendations video. It's a little bit of everything. Before I get into the new stuff though, what I want to do is I want to circle back to something that I shared with you a few weeks ago. I also put it up on social media. I got a lot of questions, a lot of messages about it. I have watched it and I want to share my thoughts. And it is called Chain Reactions. You probably remember it from another haul. This is a documentary about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, the original one from Tobe Hooper, which is turning 50. And what they do is they talk to 5 different creators, filmmakers, what have you, and they talk to them about how the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie influenced them, influenced their craft, their style, their art, their feeling about horror, everything. They get into everything about this movie and how it impacted each of these people. And they talk to Stephen King, Patton Oswalt, Karen Kasuma, Takashi Miike, is it? I always say his name wrong, I apologize. And Alexandra Heller Nichols. And this is fascinating. It is one of the best documentaries I have seen in a long, long time, especially about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. And there are a lot of documentaries about films and filmmakers, but this one is like head and shoulders above what I've seen in a long time. Now, it's available, it's a Dark Sky release. It is available on the Dark Sky website, but it is a little more expensive because it's a media book. This is the standard, it comes in a black case, but it's a standard Blu-ray. This version of it, if you don't want to splurge for the Dark Sky release, this one is available on Orbit. It is still in stock, and I believe Diabolic still has it in stock, but I know Orbit does. So if you want to get your hands on this, highest recommendation if you are a horror fan, if you're a Texas Chainsaw fan, and if you like a good documentary about a film that you love. Definitely see Chain Reactions. I give it my highest recommendation. Now, I also picked up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy on 4K from Arrow. This is the new release. Everybody's grabbed it. I remember watching these films with my friends' kids, and I know for so many people in the community, there's a ton of nostalgia around these films, and I always enjoyed them. So I'm looking forward to checking them out again and enjoying them. But I will let you know about what I think about the transfers and whatnot. But I think this one is going to sell out pretty quick. So if you're a fan, I would say pick it up. There's also a Blu-ray version, and I know the Blu-ray version is already sold out on Orbit, but I believe, don't quote me on it, I think they're getting more. But there's Blu-ray or 4K. So whatever your jam is, they're going to have both. And they're also available through the Arrow store directly, and it's different artwork. I also picked up the Studio Canal Agatha Christie collection because who doesn't love a good murder mystery series in the dead of winter? So I'm going to save these for a snowy day, and I will be binging through these. Now, it has the original Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, The Mirror Cracked, and Evil Under the Sun. This is the 4K box set. It's a 4K box set. Now, if you don't want all these, say maybe you just like Murder on the Orient Express, these are all available for sale individually on Orbit. So you can just grab one, grab your favorite, and you're good to go. If you want the box set, that's still available too. Studio Canal does a beautiful job with their releases. So I am looking forward to this. I can't wait to sit down and just have a good murder mystery weekend. Now I will show you my one and only Black Friday pickup, and that is the 4K of The Accountant 2. I grabbed this over on Groove. They were having some good sales, and I had this on Blu-ray. I very much enjoyed it. I liked it more than the original one, the first one, and I really enjoyed the dynamics between the on-screen chemistry between Ben Affleck and John Bernthal. They play brothers. And I just thought this one was so much better than the first one. It had a lot of good action, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out in 4K. So it was on sale, great price, so I picked it up. Now this next one, I got the box set from Studio Canal. It's a 4K box set, and the reason I got this is not because it's not available as a basic Blu-ray, it's because I actually really, truly love this movie, and it is called Legend. It stars Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy plays both lead parts of the Kray brothers, Ronnie and Reggie Kray, who were gangsters who pretty much ran London in the 1960s. They were twin brothers, and the whole thing about them is that Ronnie, who's the one with the glasses, is completely unhinged. He's got this wild temper. He'll be standing there 1 minute, he'll be clubbing you over the head the next minute without warning. And Reggie's job is to keep Ronnie under control because they can't get any business done with him constantly going off the rails. Everybody else, people who want to do business with them will say, we can't work with you unless you can get him under control. So there's a fun dynamic, but this has a little bit of a comedic edge to it. So I really enjoy this. I love Tom Hardy. I'm such a fan. I think he does such a great job, and I loved the story that they told with this one. But if you want something that is a little more gritty and just kind of focuses on the gangster element and the mobster element of it, there is also a second sight release called The Craze. Now, I'm sure you can just get, if you want the standard release, you don't have to get the whole box set. But this one is a little more of just, it just sticks to the gangster stuff. So if that's your thing, I would go with The Craze. Or get both. But if you like something with a little bit of like light dark comedy mixed in, definitely check out Legend. It's fantastic. I love it. I could watch it anytime, anywhere. And like I said, it is readily available. You get a standard Blu-ray. Nothing wrong with this. I had this forever, and when I saw that come up on Orbit, I splurged and I bought it. And I'm not getting rid of this one either. So it is still available. The box set is still available on Orbit. The standard release of The Craze is readily available as well. So pick up any of them, all of them, whatever you like. If you like gangsters, you can't go wrong with any of them. Now, let's just go through some, I have a bunch of just standalone releases. We'll see. Now this first one, I don't know anything about it. This is a total blind buy, but I've seen a bunch of people show it. It sounds good. It got decent ratings. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Olivia Colman, Andy Samberg, and Kate McKinnon, and it's called The Roses. And it's a dark comedy about a couple who I guess is going through some issues, and it sounds really good, and I love the cast. So I really bought this for the cast, and like I said, I keep seeing people showing it, getting it in for review, so I'm going to take a chance on it. I'm going to watch it tonight, and I'll let you know. One that I've seen many times, and I love, stars Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Jason Bateman, Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Sigourney Weaver, and Seth Rogen, and that is Paul. And this is the 4K release of Paul. It is so much fun. It's such a good comedy, and I know I made a whole thing about a video reaction saying that I'm not a comedy person. It depends. If Seth Rogen's in it, I'm on board. If Simon Pegg's in it, I'm on board. But Paul is such a fun one. It's available now from Kino Lorber, and it's a really nice 4K set. So, hopefully you get the 4K, you get the theatrical cut on Blu-ray, and you get the unrated cut on Blu-ray. So you get 3 different options for the movie. So even if you're not 4K ready, you have 2 Blu-ray options, theatrical and uncut, so you can be future-proofed. But yeah, Paul is a good one. It's always been one that I enjoyed. Another fun 2 comedies in a row. I don't know if I can handle it, but this one is a lot of fun. It's a dark comedy. It's called Splitzville. And basically what we have is 2 couples. And the one couple, they're driving home, and the husband thinks that the wife is going to tell him how great everything is and how wonderful their day together was. She tells him she wants a divorce. So he's devastated. He goes to talk to another couple that they're friends with, and they tell him the secret to their relationship is that they have an open marriage. So he goes back to his wife and he says, hey, maybe we don't need a divorce. Maybe we just need to have an open marriage. And we follow the 4 of these folks, these 2 couples, as they try and navigate these open marriages and different ways of managing their relationships and marriages and things like that. It is a lot of fun. I was very, very pleasantly surprised by Splitzville. Came out of nowhere, hadn't heard much about it, but it really, really held my attention. I had a really good time with this. There's a lot of heartfelt moments, a lot of comedic moments. It's a great mix. Splitzville, definitely see it. This one is a good one. It's an older one, but it just got this 4K release from Studio Canal. It stars Christian Slater, Kevin Bacon, and Gary Oldman in Murder in the First. And it is... They took a lot of creative liberties with the content in this, but basically it's about the conditions in the Alcatraz prison and one man who was kept in solitary confinement for like 3 years when they were only supposed to be there for 19 days. Kevin Bacon plays the prisoner, and I guess he gets out of solitary and he's not stable, and he kills another prisoner, and then he is put on trial, like for capital punishment for capital murder, and he could be facing the death penalty. And Christian Slater plays his attorney, who's a very young and upcoming attorney, and it's about their relationship and how they kind of navigate getting the fact pattern together. But like I said, it is based on true events that happened, but they did take a lot of creative liberties with the timeline and with the fact pattern. So just go into it with open eyes and just to be entertained. But it's a really, really heavy, hard-hitting, but really good movie, and fantastic performances all around. I got the 4K edition, 20th anniversary, Rent. Love Rent, saw it on Broadway, love the movie. I like the movie more than the play because the acoustics in the theater were terrible. But if you like Rent, it's now available on 4K. I believe it was out of print on Blu-ray for a long time. I also got the 4K, this is a Shout Select, Snowden. And this is about Edward Snowden, who to this day remains in exile in Russia, because he is the person who was a whistleblower when he found out that the United States government was spying on private citizens through their phones, through webcams, computers, GPS things in the car, everything you can imagine that we kind of take for granted now. But he was the first one who found out that private citizens were being spied on by the United States government, and he released that information all around. And today, to this day, he remains in exile because no president will pardon him and bring him back. But this is a really important film, and this guy did a solid service to the United States citizens, private citizens like ourselves. This is another documentary. Haven't seen it yet, but I had a hard time getting my hands on it because it was constantly sold out. It is called Strange Journey, the story of Rocky Horror. Haven't watched it yet, but I can't wait. I'm a huge Rocky Horror fan, and I can't wait to see what they have on this one. This one I got, it's the Alec Guinness Masterpiece Collection from Kino Lorber. I am going to do a video on Alec Guinness, Sir Alec Guinness, because I just think he's brilliant. His work is brilliant. Now this has it has Kind Hearts and Coronets, The Lavender Hill Mob, The Man in the White Suit, and Lady Killers. And those are 4 fantastic, very, very funny black and white films. Now, I have all these, but I have them on Studio Canal, and I wanted to get this version. I wasn't going to get it, but then someone told me there's a lot of special features on this release that are not on the Studio Canal releases that I have. So I'm going to check this out. I'm going to check out the Studio Canal releases, and then I will be doing a full video on his work, on him as a creator and actor person, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. But check out Sir Alec Guinness and his work. I would say start with Kind Hearts and Coronets. You cannot go wrong with that one, and then work your way down. This one just came in the other day. Haven't seen it yet. The House with Laughing Windows. This is an Italian horror film. It kind of in the vein of Giallo, but not. That's what I've heard. It's more horror, more standard horror than Giallo, but it's a good mix. That's what I've heard. I've heard good things about this. The one thing I will say is I know a lot of the Italian Giallo films do have an English dub option. If you're not a subtitle person, this one does not. So just proceed with caution if you don't want to watch subtitles. But as soon as I watch this, I will get back to you with more thoughts. I am looking forward to this because I'm a big Italian horror fan. So that is The House with Laughing Windows. This one is a Curzon film. It is called Central Station. I have not watched this one yet either. Just got it in this week, but I hear really amazing things. The reviews on this were amazing. And basically what it is it's about a woman, and it was nominated for 2 Academy Awards in 1998, and it is about a woman who was a school teacher, and what she does is she writes letters for illiterate people at in Rio de Janeiro to help them. If they want to send letters to someone, she writes the letters for them because they obviously, if they're illiterate, they can't write letters. And what she does is she meets this young boy who wants to find his father, and she sets out to help him find his father. But the ratings on this one were through the roof, so I can't wait to watch Central Station and give you more thoughts on it. And usually anything put out by Curzon is great, so looking forward to that one. And then this one is from Radiance. It was highly recommended to me from a community member here, and my friend, he wrote it out for me phonetically. I still can't say it. Is it Malpertius or Malpertius? Malpertius? I'll show you the title. here it is. I remember, I saw this years ago. This one is from 1971. It's 125 minutes. It is in color and it is in Dutch. And this is the 4K restoration. Radiance always does an amazing job. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, trust me, the standard release will be out in a few months, so you don't have to grab it right now and do the box set thing. This has Orson Welles in it. Anything with Orson Welles, I'm there. And basically what it has to do with like being in a haunted house and he's trapped, I think, with his uncle. But that's the gist of it. I don't remember the whole thing, so I need to watch this again. But this was recommended to me. Highly, highly recommended that I pick this one up. And I know quite a few people are grabbing this one. So I'm a huge Orson Welles fan. And like I said, I saw it a long time ago and I do remember liking it. So I'm looking forward to checking this out and giving you more thoughts on it. I grabbed 2 of the Hammer releases because Hammer is going nuts with releasing awesome titles this year. The first one is Scars of Dracula, which I have seen and love. I love all the Hammer films. And like I said, this is a box set, but I would venture to say that this is going to get a standard release in the near future. Along with this one, The Horror of Frankenstein, which I also enjoy, another great Hammer film. So this is a box set, and these are still available on Orbit. And I did pick up 2 of the John Woo films. I got Hard Boiled, which I haven't seen in years, but I hear the 4K is absolutely stunning. I know this is one of those that it's really hard to get your hands on it, but if you can, well worth it. It's a Shout Studio one, and that would be through Groove at this point. Orbit did not get their allotment for this one, so they kind of got screwed on that one. But this one, they are going to it might be on the website now. I just got this one today. This one is The Killer. Haven't seen this one, but I'm looking forward to it, and I love John Woo films, so I'm looking forward to this, and I will let you know my thoughts. But like I said, I think this is still available on their website. If not, check Groove. Okay, friends, just a few more, and we're going to call this one a day. Of course, I got Pearl and Maxine, the 2 latest releases from Second Sight. I love everything Second Sight does. I love the X trilogy. I wish they could have gotten the rights to X because I like their releases a lot more than the A24 one. It didn't really do it for me. It's too big. It's awkward. It's clunky. Nice release, but it's too big for the shelves. So I am looking forward to jumping into these and seeing what they did. I also want to go through all the special features, and I just love the whole trilogy. I'm warming up to Maxine. We're getting there. We're going to be friends one day. I know it. The next one I got, I love this film, The Wild Robot. I thought this was so much fun. If you like animated films, definitely look up The Wild Robot and look for just the standard release, or stream it if you're not sure. But I love this one. And then when they had the limited Ultimate Collector's Edition available on Orbit, I picked it up. It's got a steelbook and a book and some cards, and you know, the whole thing that they do with these little box set things. So I wanted to add this to my collection, and since I had so much store credit, why not? I'll finish up the Steelbooks, and then I'm going to get into a little pile of a filmmaker that I'm doing a deep dive on right now, and I'll explain that. I did the 4K for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I also have the slipcover variant, which I watched. Looks really good. It is very filmic looking. There is a lot of grain. So if you are not a fan of grain, you might just want to stick with your Blu-ray. If you don't mind the grain and you like that filmic look, definitely upgrade to the 4K. But I just wanted to put that out there because some people might be like, you know, this doesn't really look, you know, squeaky clean. Some people want all the 4K squeaky clean. I'm okay with a filmic look for an older film like this, but I love this. I love all the performances. Jack Nicholson is a home run in this one. Everyone's great in this one, and it's so funny to see all these guys so much younger, and you're like, all of a sudden, I said to Kelly, I said, that's Danny DeVito, and she's like, that's Danny DeVito, and then he stood up, and she goes, it is Danny DeVito, but it's just funny to see a lot of them so much younger, and the great performances that they gave. They were fantastic. Everyone in that movie is fantastic. This one just arrived today. It is the new Steelbook for Black Christmas. So that one just came in the mail today, and this is the 1974 version. For those who, if anyone was wondering which year it was. Now, this one is really, I really enjoyed this one. The Long Walk. This is based on a Stephen King story. It was an Amazon only. It's a nice steelbook, but the slipcover is a nightmare to get off. but you take it off and it's basically you just have the glasses. But this is the Steelbook, front cover, back cover. Basically what it is we have these young men, and they sign up to do this walk, and they have to stay walking at 3 miles an hour. They can't go below 3 miles an hour. If they start to falter and they're going too slow, they're not keeping up, they get 1, 2, 3 warnings, and after that, they will be shot. And basically what happens is they have to go on this walk, continue walking without stopping until there is only one person left, and that is the winner. And it's just one of those films. It's a typical Stephen King thing, kind of borders on like Hunger Games type of deal, that kind of vibe. But they're just all walking along and they're being followed by these military personnel who run this walk. And really what makes this film amazing, because you know what's going to happen, you know, as far as like there's only going to be one person left, but you follow them as they kind of build these relationships, and there's a lot of camaraderie between the guys. And that's what really draws you into this story, is the relationships that are formed and how really non-competitive it becomes. And that's all I'm going to say. But if you're at all interested in this, I would say go for it. If you're not sure, stream it first. But I thought this was really, really good. It was way better than I expected it to be, because I'm like a bunch of kids walking until there's only one left. You know what's going to happen. You really don't know what's going to happen, because this is really, really good. Really well written, really well done. Cooper Hoffman is the lead, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. And he is fantastic in this movie. And I'm not even going to try and put it back in the slipcase because it takes forever. But that is The Long Walk. I would say go for it. And the last Steelbook I picked up is, this is I believe a German one, but it's for Anora. And I love this movie, and I love the Steelbook. I love that they did the framing around it. I love how the non-American Steelbooks are done. They're beautiful. And you have your front, back, and spine. And then you do have some interior artwork. But this is a 4K and a Region B locked Blu-ray. But this I love this movie. It did win Best Picture. I was a little surprised that it won Best Picture. I didn't think it was Best Picture quality, but I guess other people disagreed. But I thought this was a fantastic, fantastic film, and I really do like it. So I'm looking forward to giving it another watch. And it's just, you know, that was a splurge buy. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wanted it, so I got it. Okay, and I just have 4 more films to show you, and then I'm going to show you why I bought them. I haven't watched them yet, but it's based on one film that I did watch, and I wanted to see as many of this creator's films as possible. So the filmmaker's name is Alejandro Jodorowsky. I'm sure I'm butchering his last name, so I'll put it right down here. I got Endless Poetry. You can see his name there. Endless Poetry, The Dance of Reality, El Topo, and The Holy Mountain. These are the only ones that I could find right now, but I'm working on it. DVD or Blu-ray, doesn't matter to me, but I'm going to get as many as I can. The reason I bought all those films is because I watched one that I had on my shelf, and my new thing is that because I'm doing such a purge, I'm up to 58 boxes gone. Because I'm doing such a purge, I am going through my movies one at a time. Anything I haven't seen, I'm watching and deciding if it stays in the collection. So the night that I grabbed this one, it's called Santa Sangre or Santa Sangra. I'm not sure because I believe that's Spanish. I watched this film and I fell in love with the filmmaker. I watched the film and then I watched the special features after where they interview the filmmaker. And it sold me, and I wanted to see everything he made. He's very controversial, but basically this film is about, we start out and we see a man, and he is in a psychiatric hospital. We don't know why he's there. We don't know what's wrong with him. He seems to be nonverbal. It goes to a flashback, which I always love that. And the flashback goes to when he was a little boy, and he was part of a circus family. His mother and father ran his father ran the circus, his mother worked at the circus, but his mother's also involved in this crazy religious cult, which I'm not going to get into because it'll ruin the whole story. But his mother and father don't really get along because the father drinks and he's a womanizer and he's cheating on her and all kinds of things go on. And that's how the trauma of growing up with this family that was so crazy, so unconventional, with violence and abuse and horrible things going on, basically brought him to be the person that he is. He's very unstable. And we follow him on his journey from being a little boy to when he ends up in this hospital. And basically what I can tell you without getting into it is about the filmmaker. As I'm watching this movie, I'm thinking, you know, these are some of the strangest looking actors I've ever seen. Like, there was a band playing at one point, and you could tell that some of the people in the band were blind or they were handicapped in some way. And there's all kinds of things. Like, there's a point when, as a man, the guy from the psychiatric hospital, he's walking in what would be a red light district, and I'm thinking to myself, this looks really real. And in what I found out is in the interview with the filmmaker, he shoots everything like guerrilla style. He doesn't hire professional actors. He doesn't hire anyone. He does everything. Sometimes he stars in his own films if he can't find someone to play the part. He writes everything. He doesn't have producers. He doesn't have professional directors, nothing. He does everything without professional people. So if he's walking in a red light district, whatever he sees, whatever is going on in the street, that's his movie. And I found out that the band that he hired for this one scene that he needed, he found a band leader who had a whole band of blind musicians. And he said, "What kind of music do you play?" And the guy said, "We can play whatever you want." He told them the scene he was creating, and the band just did the music for the scene. I mean, it is a fascinating way to make films. And all I can tell you is that if you watch this movie, it is going to seem so bizarre, but it is so good in the best way. And if you watch the interview with the filmmaker after, you are going to want to see everything he's ever done because he's so unique, he's so controversial. I mean, there were times in his career when he said his films would be being screened at film festivals, and he would have to sneak out the back door because he was getting death threats for the content that he was showing, and that's why I got some of the films I got. But he's a really interesting guy, very talented, very different, very cult film. Like, these are cult classics. So definitely check into Alejandro Jodorowsky and his filmmaking because he's got me hook, line, and sinker, and I'm going to watch everything I can get my hands on. Another one that I did watch from about him is a documentary, and it's one of the best documentaries I've seen in a long time, along with Chain Reactions. I've been having good luck with documentaries. This is called Jodorowsky's Dune, and this takes place at a time when he wanted to make the movie, the Dune movie. He actually wanted to make a legit movie. They had everything ready, everything good to go. He had so many people involved in this. He was going to do, he had Orson Welles, Mick Jagger, his 12-year-old son, David Carradine, Salvador Dali. I mean, all these people were like ready to jump in and work on this project, and we find out why it really never happened, and it is a fascinating story. So if you're a Dune fan, you're definitely going to want to check this one out. So that was the second one that I watched, and it's not really a film that he made per se, but it's him explaining his process and what happened with his wanting to make Dune. So then I got the rest of the films that I could find because the one of them, I forget which one was the one that got him the death threats, but one of those films got him into a lot of trouble, and I want to see why. But that is it. I figured that was a good way to end my collection recommendation video because he fascinated me, and I'm going to do more on him once I go through all his films that I can get my hands on. So that's it. I want to thank all of you guys. I hope you found a few things that you like in this pile, the piles of madness here. I hope you enjoyed some of the recommendations. I want to thank everybody for helping me out on the poll that I put up for recommendations and suggestions for video topics. I appreciate everybody's input. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, thank you for clicking on the video, watching, hyping, liking, whatever you can do. We're just going to keep rolling along, and hopefully YouTube will catch up. But that's going to do it for me today. I will be back real soon. I have a lot of good things planned for you up and coming in the next week or so. And that's going to do it for me today. So I'll catch you in the next one. And for now, that's a wrap.